All right. Assalamualaikum and a very good morning, everyone, and good evening to Prof. Amal. We are going to start our session today, and as you all know, we had our first part of grant, how to become a successful grant writer. Part one was done early in the month, and now we are. I think last month it was, and then today we are going to continue the lecture, and. Without further ado, I would pass the session to Prof. Amal to share his slides and to give his lecture on the topic today.
Okay.
You may enjoy the
So
lecture.
good morning.
Okay.
Yes, good morning, everybody. Good morning, Malaysia. That's my other half of my life. I believe like that way. So I hope it will be an enjoyable one. And what I intend to do today, give a lot of examples so that you can see how to write effectively. That's the goal. So let me share my screen. Okay. I'll minimize my button here, maybe. Is it full screen now? Do you see that? Dr. Amit Jain, do you see it? Do you see my screen? Okay, good. Thank you. Thank you. So this is the second part of our discussion, how to become a successful grant writer. The journey is not easy. We have to learn many things, not only learn, but practice also. So effective way of learning is practicing, through practicing. So my goal is that after these two sessions, some of you will be excited to write a project and share with me a little bit at a time, not whole project. Let's say we have different components of a grant. One is an abstract. You can just write an abstract, which is just one page. Send it to me. I work with you one-on-one. If you do not want to share your ideas, I will not. I'll just give you my input. Then after you do that, we can go with another section of the grant, which we call specific aims. That's again just one page. This way, we will build up the whole project. So I can give you examples of my own grants. Some of them I'll be submitting actually next year, but it is not even a public document. So if I share something today or next few days, please do not share with everybody, just for academic purpose, because it is still not a public document. I just wanted to give you a real life example how I build up all the sections so you learn it from my examples. By saying so, let me show you one thing. How do you search for a grant? This is where I go. It's called grants.gov. So we will do it again today if we can. I'll try. So this is where I go, and you can use using the keywords, you can search for a grant. Like this one, I used a keyword Malaysia. I didn't use any other thing, just used Malaysia. I got many, and I just show you two of them, what I got here. Always there is a grant number. Sometimes it's a number, sometimes letter, depending on what type of grant it is. So this I thought could be interesting to show you. This one, first one says, promoting human rights for vulnerable children in Hawat Katanga. You know the place, I don't know. And there is when it says forecasted means it is not yet finalized. This is their first information that they are going to give an award about this grant, and that was announced July 2nd, 2021. If you mark it, if you can bookmark it, and then you can, if you register, you will get notification subsequently when there is development about this grant. So that's a good thing. Once you see there is a forecast, that means well ahead of the game, you get the information about it. So it's good to register for grants.gov. So with your email, so you will get email notification. And believe me or not, I get every day award notification, grant notifications. That's so good. You can, you will may be tired of seeing all those things, but at least you know what are the areas you are interested in, if there is any grant available about it. Second one, you see, there's a big number. We call it RFA, and the title is Improving Girls' Education Activity. I think it's a very good idea. Who is the funder? Is USAID, US Agency for International Development. I got many grants from them. That's a good one for you, actually. So don't worry about the due date, because some of the due dates will be already passed, but this is just an example. This is how you can get information about a grant. So I used the keyword Malaysia. Next, I used keyword Malaysia nutrition. I thought this group will be interested in nutrition studies. I found few. So this is the RFA number. That's the number, is the very important number. You should always refer to the number, that the project number. You can say project number or grant number. But project number is different. Once you submit the grant, they will generate a project number, which is different from this grant number. So grant number is the announcement. Once you write the project, submit it, you will get a different number. And you will use that number, the second number, all the time for further reference. So here you see Nutrition Obesity Research Center. Oh my God. When you see research center, it's a big grant. I didn't find out how big it is. Sometimes 1 million, 2 million, 5 million. So this is a center grant, which normally one person will not do it. There will be at least maybe 10, 5, 7. There's a big number of people work together, and each person will do specific job of the center. So you are going to develop a center like Kotavaru is a center. You can develop center within an university. So there people do a lot of develop many centers within a research institution. So this kind of research is usually done very top level people. Just I gave you an example. This may not be a grant as a starter, but if you find that um, grant, you can tell other people like Professor Hamid Jan, and he and his team with you can develop a center, and you will be part of the center. Okay, the second one here is another grant is in Malay, moving integrated quality maternal, newborn, child health, and family planning and reproductive health. So many components, so many components. So you can be part of this component, or you can really develop one component of this big component, big umbrella. Okay. Then I used another keyword, Malaysia and vitamin D, because I know some people in Malaysia, Kota Baru, they are interested in vitamin D research. And that's a really good area of research in nutrition. So when I used that keyword, I got this grant, Social and Behavioral Change for Health. Social and behavioral change. We do not know what is there unless you read the whole thing. So once you see the title, you can go to see the full grant, and it will be anywhere from maybe 10 pages to 60 pages. It is so elaborate. It's so, we call it your Bible. That means you have to read the total of the project, that you must follow everything, whatever in the announcement. That just not the title, but read the whole thing, which I said it can be from maybe 10 pages anywhere to 60 or 50 pages long. So we read those things and think about it. What are the parts? What are the things we can do about that research? Okay, so some of the tips I always give you, you will use some keywords and you can select categories, and category are found on the sidebar. I will give you example. Let me probably go there. And okay, you can select agencies, like you want to do research. Who is your donor? USAID, I just gave one example. CDC, another example. NIS, NSF. These are all good donor agencies. So you can select all of them or a few of them. Okay. And guidelines are narrated for each program solicitation. So program solicitation is the number, that the RFA number. Once you go into the depth of it, you see everything guidelines for the program. So let me go and try to see my internet, if it is working. I will go there and go to grants.gov. Grants.gov. Okay. It should be grants. Okay. So grants.gov. Okay, let me try again. Grants.gov. Okay, here it is. Here it is. So now you see my screen.
Prof, you need to unshare the PowerPoint and then share the screen.
Oh, unshare PowerPoint. Oh, okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Okay, let me see. So this should be, I'll unshare, right?
Stop sharing first.
Stop sharing. Okay, stop sharing first.
Now you share this the page
Share
that you
the
are
screen.
opening now.
Share the screen. Okay, okay,
Yeah.
I got it. I got it. So where is my, okay, this is the one. Is this one? Let me see. Let me see. No, I didn't want that.
We can see grants.gov.
Yeah, yeah, you can see that, but I wanted to do live. This is my saved one. I don't want to do that.
You need to go to the website.
Yeah, I
So
want to go
you
to the
open new
website.
tab, you can click here.
Oh, you can see this
Yeah,
now?
yeah, we can see. You just click where you want to go now.
Okay, 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 okay. Grants.gov. That kind of interactive session I wanted to do with you,
Yeah,
so
that's a
that
good idea.
you can you can really you can really see what I'm doing and how. Oh,
Yeah,
no,
we
it
can
doesn't.
see the changes.
But I really want this one. Let me see.
Yes, this is the one.
So, sorry, it is taking little time. It is
Oh,
showing signing off. What is this? Hmm. So you see my screen. Where is my this inbox? My
yeah,
Gmail, etc. Right?
yeah. We can see your email.
Okay. Okay. So let me try. Let me try grants.gov. Okay. You see now, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So I go to search grant,
Okay,
the
perfect.
second one. You see that, right? Everybody
Yes,
see it.
perfect.
Okay. Good. So now you tell me some keywords. Just tell me some keywords. Maybe Malaysia first, right? Maybe you want to do something in Malaysia. Okay. If you just search that, if you search with Malaysia, then there are a lot of grants here, you see. USAID Partnership for Higher Education Reform. So if you click that, then okay, here you see subscribe. So if you have registered, if you have registered for grants.gov, if you subscribe, you'll get notification. That's the good thing. Okay, then when this is done, you can apply. Okay, see here, the grant, it has a due date. This is posted into 2020, but there is no update. But if you see the related documents, then you see the whole thing here. Uh, this is the second one I'm just checking, and you'll see a whole document. Whole document. So this is just an example. It may not fit with you. It says Vietnam, but it will tell you everything detail about the grant. Okay, this is an example. So let me go back to the search engine. Okay, I'm trying to go minimize that. Okay, I'm going back. So if you want to do something else, Malaysia, and what area you want to work, you just tell me.
Let's say right, Malaysia, COVID.
COVID, okay, let's see what happens. Thank you. So now you see long-term effectiveness of COVID-19 vaccines against symptomatic and asymptomatic infection in the general population. You can see when it's just a forecasted. So it's not a full announcement yet. So it has been forecasted on such and such date. And if you want to check the opportunity number, you can click on it, and sometime you have description of the whole thing, sometime you do not. But if you, this is Deborah Lovis. She is the grant contact person. If you have any question, you can email her, you can call this number. That's good thing to do that. Once you are interested, you can, you see how big is this grant is 60 million, but ceiling is 4 million. That means your minimum is 3 million. Minimum is 3 million. So it's a big grant. When it's a discretionary, that means you can negotiate with them about the funding. Okay, so that's the discretionary is good, that you have some flexibility about this number, this amount of funding. And if you go back, I'm just trying to see what else we had. COVID, let me see. Another,
May I say something while you are at this page?
yes.
On top of grant, I also see some word like award. Like you can see now, an innovation award. The
Which
item
one?
number 2.
Item number 2.
Yeah.
Oh, this one.
Is this award or grant?
No, this also grant. They
Oh,
sometimes they call it award, but it's
oh,
also grant.
okay.
And this is if you see innovation grant, innovation award, COVID-19 and health equity. That's a good one, I should say, because that's my area actually, health equity. We have a lot of inequity. So this COVID-19 and equity, that's the keywords. And clinical trials optional means you may not do it. When it's clinical trial optional, means actually if you do clinical trial is better. Okay, but when it says clinical trial not allowed, like this one, clinical trial not allowed. So if you do not have the option of doing clinical trials, rather do this one, because the other one, when it says clinical trials optional, you will be actually competing with medical doctors who will be doing clinical trials, and that's their specialty. So it's better if you do not have the option of doing clinical trials, better look for someone which one says clinical trial not allowed. Is that good?
It's
Okay.
clear. Thank you.
The other thing I wanted to tell you, when you do registration, you see I said on the sidebar there are many options. Opportunity status, if you want to know only forecasted ones, there are only 40 here about this topic, and posted 145. Then you can choose funding instrument, eligibility, categories. All these things are agencies. Especially I look for agencies. I always choose some of the agencies that I like to do. Let's say COVID-19. I know DOD is a good one. I know health and all Department of Health. I'm just, if I narrow down these two, we'll see that there are only 37 announcements. Okay, so you can narrow down to them and find out which one you like. If you just check this one, innovation grant, then I want to see is a $5 million grant. Minimum is 50,000. Minimum is 50,000. And then what I look for, there is no full announcement here. So you can write to this person about the full, when you will get the full announcement. You can ask for it. Here I look for the dates. You see estimated post date, application due date. This is March 31st, 2022. So next year. So by this time, you'll get full announcement. Okay. So this is an exercise how you know about what type of study. Any other you want to look for? We can look for any other. Dr. Hamid Jan, you want
Yeah,
to
I let
say?
the audience. Any idea? I let the audience to choose. You can type in the chat box or you can mention it.
Yes, let's do that. Just please, um, if I do not see your posting, if Dr. Hamid Jan, you see their posting, their keywords, please let me know. I can type it here.
Anyone have suggestion, please?
Any keywords, anything in your area. It may not be Malaysia, it can be
I
different
saw
things.
someone, Faisal, is asking about brain stimulation.
Brain stimulation. It may be very narrow. I do
Yeah.
not know. Let us take out Malaysia. Just brain stimulation. It may be very specific. I do not know. Oh, we got some.
Mm.
We got some. You see, so I'm looking for something that is, we have a due date, okay? At least 2022, we have, let's say this one. What is that? Okay. Now, even this is not a complete because there is no funding information. So we'll get more information, but they have some announcement here. If you click this one, you see link to additional information. That's the one. If you see highlighted, you can click that and that will take you to this one. This is the very important one. So you see it has general title. Who are the funding agencies? You have a big list of them. You don't have to worry about this. You just think about what is your area, and then look for other things. I'm showing you. This is the RFA number. You'll use it while you apply for the grant. Then this is the I read everything. What is the purpose of this? Okay. And then you see the key dates, open date, and the letter of, okay, this is something important. Letter of intent, due date, 30 days prior to the application due date. So if you have a due date, let's say here, June 2022, if that is the due date, earliest start date, that's not the due date actually, that's the earliest starting date. So this is actually your due date, July 13, 2022. That's the expiration date. Okay, so that is your due date. So your letter of intent would be 30 days, which is June 13th or June 12, 2022. That's before that date, you should write a letter of intent. To whom? To that person that is listed, that I showed you. And also you'll see here at the end, if I go to the end, you'll see many names who you can send this information, your letter of intent. Probably at the very end, we'll see their name. If not, we can go back and find it from the previous um, screen. But usually you see there are contact information. This is, you see the scientific officer's name. So you can write to this person, okay, scientific research contact person, not peer review contact. So scientific research contact person, you can write to them about the letter of intent. Now, when I say letter of intent due date, it's not always, letter of intent is not always necessary. They will say letter of intent not necessary. Okay, so you don't have to worry about that. But when it says a due date, you must respond within that time frame. Otherwise, you'll not be able to submit your proposal. That's very important. Very important. Okay. Okay. Any other keywords? I want to work with you. Please tell me any other keywords from your area. Anything. Anybody interested in iron study? Iron study in children. Okay. Iron in children. Search. I'm just finding many things here. So if I'm just not interested about forecasted, I want to see the posted one. And this one, actually a pilot study, not bad. Pilot studies to test the initiation of a mental health family navigator model to promote early access, blah, blah, blah. Okay. So it has a due date, which is 2024. You have 2 or 3 years from now to write about it. So you got a long time. Usually you don't get long time like this. Okay. So if I click the grant number, then I can find out, you see, link to additional information. That is the thing you will always look for. If you check it, it has everything. Everything means everything. This is your Bible. You must follow this thing. Everything from here. What is the purpose? What you see, letter of intent due date. Same thing here also, 30 days before the actual application due date. Okay, so you have different dates based on the which year you are applying. So you have different due dates. And then
There's one
other thing.
request on sports.
Sorry.
There's one request to search for sports.
Okay, let me go back. Search grant. Okay, let me go back. How do you spell it?
Sports.
P
SPORTS.
You start with S.
SPORTS. Sports.
Oh, sports.
Yeah.
SPORTS.
Yeah.
Sports.
Maybe.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you are interested in sports medicine, right?
Maybe.
You are is sports medicine. Sports itself. Let me see if you just write sports, what happens. Sports. There are many things here. There are many, but if you want to work on like a school improvement program, it could be one. And it was first announced in 2012, and still they're working on it. That means not many people succeeded to get this grant. That's why they are announcing it again and again and again. Okay, so it may or may not be a good one. Why people did not succeed. So these are something just you can think about it, whether you should apply for it or not apply for it.
Maybe sports and exercise will be more specific.
Yeah, sports and exercise. Exercise. Okay, let me see. Search. Okay. Now I'm just looking to what is, I'm just reading the opportunity title. It doesn't give me much information. You have to really do many searches and check everything, whether you like it or don't like it. Okay. This is one is Alzheimer's and clinical trial optional. So it may not fit you. Okay, you can check which one. School improvement program. This one is coming. Let me see what is there. 20 million. Oh my gosh, 20 million. And floor is 4 million minimum. Okay. So if you get this grant, it's good. You can continue for years together. So I click the one and trying to find out the full announcement. So there's a Jeep means there's a lot of information. Let me just see one PDF file. What is that? Let me see that. And okay, so it's Gaza, not is in Israel, not for Malaysia. So we discard. We don't need it. Okay, but specific country. You see how many pages? 75 pages. Full document is 75 pages. So I told you some of the grants announcements are from anywhere from 10 pages, 60 pages. This one is 75 pages. Okay, so, okay, now I go back to my, stop sharing, right? And then I share my PowerPoint. It is, okay. Now you see my PowerPoint, right? Please say yes.
Yes, you need to make it screenshot.
Oh, okay, okay, okay. Okay, so you can see now, and then let me show you the second. I told you you can register, and how to register. Always grants.gov, you'll see there is a place to register, and you then you can register here your name, your affiliation, and phone number and email. Especially email is important. So primary email, and so email is important. Your name is important. That's so whatever marked, you should use them. Okay. Okay. So I go to next one. When it says project information, I told you you have to read it in total. Once you find a grant that is suitable to you, find out the project details. This one I'm interested in writing. Already I wrote it. I'll be submitting next year, inshallah. So this is my typo. It should be example. Example, improving, sorry, okay, improving undergraduate STEM education. This is the title, and this is a specific part of that. It's called education and human resources. That is that's their funding agency's component. Is a part of funding agency who deals with improving undergraduate STEM education. You know, STEM stands for science, technology, engineering, and math. Normally, public health, my field, is not a part of STEM, but here's the catch. If I work as a PI, principal investigator, work with some people in specific fields such as science, technology, engineering, and math. Not all, maybe some of them. Then I'm good to go. I can write a project, I can submit a project, even as a principal investigator, although public health is not specifically listed under STEM. How I know that? I actually talked to the program officer. So this is a good example that if you have a confusion, you talk with the program officer. He or she will be your best guide, not mentor, but guide. She or he will not really help you improving your writing, but they can tell you whether you are in right track. Or I actually got one person, that lady made many changes, and it helped me to focus on my research. You'll not get many people like that, but occasionally you'll get some people like that who wants to help you out of the way, maybe like me. Okay, so once you get that, then this is an example that gave you, and this is what I get it from the announcement. You get the full information. I'm going there just to show you. So what I'm showing you, the full announcement. Oh, this is not the one. Why it is not coming? Let me see.
I think it
Maybe
opened up in your Google.
Google.
It doesn't
Okay.
open here. So you need to
Oh,
unshare.
yeah, I saw that. Okay.
Yeah.
I saw that. But why it is going to PowerPoint again? So I have to stop my PowerPoint again?
Yeah. Yeah. You need to go to your Google and it may be there.
It's frustrating. My So I have to stop sharing this, huh?
Hmm.
Okay. You see how cumbersome it is that I cannot show everything the way I want. So if I go to share, I will not share this one, right? I'll go to which one? Maybe this one, right? Okay. You see this? Do you see this?
It's opening
Improving.
up. It's uploading now. We'll give you seconds. Hopefully it will come up.
Okay. It's uploading. Don't you see this screen? Improving undergraduate STEM.
It says Amal K. Mitra is starting to share content. So it's taking some time.
How about now? If you see it, let me know. It's
Okay.
50 pages. It is it still?
It's still uploading. Maybe you need to try again.
I'll
Try to
stop
share again.
sharing.
And try again.
Okay. Uh, oh, maybe. Hmm. Why it is? Do you hear me?
I can hear you, but your screen
Yeah.
is not being shared yet.
Not share yet. Okay.
So Hamal, your connection is not very good. Hello, Prof. Hamal, are you there? think Prof. Amal is having some connection problem. We'll just wait for a few minutes and hopefully he will come back. Oops.
Hello, do you hear me?
Yes, welcome back, Prof. Amal. We lost you just few
So-
seconds.
Sorry, sorry. Um, okay, let me.
Yeah, you try to share the page again.
Yeah, I was trying to share this one and share.
Okay. We can see the PDF file.
Okay, thank you for helping me.
No problem.
So you see, um, you see the screen. It says improving undergraduate STEM education. So what I do, this is my number, and you see NSF, National Science Foundation, is the agency. This is the grant number, and this was the previous number. So you see replace documents. So this is the new number. This was the previous year number. Okay. Then you go down, you see synopsis. You always read everything. You read what this project about, what they're intending to do. Okay. Now you see there are different track. This is a different way of looking into a project. You see there are two tracks. One is engaged student learning, and there are three levels here, and the other track has one is called capacity building. Like if you want to build up the capacity of your institution, you go for this one. Or if you want to do institutional and community transformation, you want to do with the community. And this one is with the students learning. So depending on what is your intention, there are different levels. There are also defined grant number. So the one that I'm trying to do is this one, 600,000 to 2 million. This is the level I'll be applying to. And the due date, you see, July 21st, 2021, and then third Wednesday in July afterward. So every year, third Wednesday in July is the deadline, due date. Very important to know the due date. And then you see there are people here mentioned who can help you. Program officers, there are a few of them. Okay. The one that I worked before is not listed here. Okay. So every year it can be changed. So now I look for the award information. Okay, very important. Every detail, that's what I want to show you. Please check these important areas. You see, letter of intent, not required. So for this, I showed you two. They wanted letter of intent. For this particular award, you do not need a letter of intent. You can just apply. Okay. So all these details are there, and I'm going to show you important things. Proposal review information criteria. Okay, if you apply and if you do not know how your project will be evaluated, that's not good. So you must know what are the areas people will look for to review the project. So it's under here. And this is a very important part. Table of contents, it have every detail or all the areas. Introduction, read it. You get a lot of information from introduction, program description. I'm showing you important parts, okay? So depending on the track, I said I'm looking for the track 3. So you'll see what are the components in each track that you are looking for. You don't have to read all of them. Okay, so track 2 is here, track 3. So all these things are here. Project elements, knowledge based. So successful proposals, you read this, successful proposals are likely to include the following elements. If you miss this, your project definitely is not a successful one. So you must address these important components. Knowledge base, project evaluation plan, how your project will be evaluated. Sometimes I do internal evaluation plus external evaluation. So like if I have a team of my own team, they can do internal validity, internal evaluation. Also, you can make another group of people who are not directly related to your project, but within your institution, they can be your project, part of your project evaluation. Or you can have totally, totally different person, not in your institution. But you have to justify. If you take Amal Mitra as an evaluator, external evaluator, you must justify why you are affording to pay me. What is my benefit to your program? What is your benefit to having me in your program? Relevant research questions. Okay, I always tell you, okay, aim is only one. Objective are few. It can be 3 to 4. I never exceed 4 for objectives. But research questions are many. It can be anywhere from 5 to 10. So see the difference? Your aim is one, objectives few, maybe 2 to 3. Research questions are many. Dissemination plan. This is not difficult to do. How you want to disseminate your information through conference, publication, and blah, blah. Sustainability. So these components are only for this project. It is not true for all other projects. Okay. So you will read the elements from your project that you are going to apply for. This may not fit for everything. So it's just for this project, they are looking for these things. So in short, I just wanted to show you this one. So am I with you? Okay, yes. You hear me, right?
Yes, very clear.
Okay. Please tell me because I don't want to go. So stop sharing. Where is stop share? Um, I want to share this one now. So you see my PowerPoint again?
Yeah, you need to make it screen show.
Right.
Slideshow.
I'm doing it. Okay. I'm doing it. Just yeah. Okay.
Okay, perfect.
Yes, we talked about this. So I'm going to next one. So these are the things we discussed. You will contact some program officer if needed. Proposal preparation, letter of intent, whether it's needed or not, submission deadline, proposal review criteria, must know it. Okay, these are the content, always not true. Only for the project that I'm going to apply, these are the things they are looking for. Okay. And then details are given there. So a successful proposal, I showed you, these are the things they are looking for. Knowledge base, project evaluation plan, relevant research question, dissemination plan, sustainability. Okay. Now, budget. This is something many researchers do not enjoy doing it. Okay, because, like me, I do not enjoy doing budget. Although I'm a math person, but I know my science and how much money I'll need. I try to get help from other people because that is not my area of concentration. My concentration is the research. But we should know as a PI, you must be responsible for everything of the project. If you say, no, I didn't do budget, somebody else did it, you are disqualified. You are disqualified. So, so in budget, you have personal, these are the items normally we do. Personal cost, if, who are the senior persons, what is their annual salary, what percentage of time they are giving to this project. There's always fringe benefit in every university setting or other places. If there are postdoctoral people, graduate students, undergraduate students, list them. Equipment. Okay, I'm trying to make you understand few important things. Equipment is not generally uh, covered, but if it is necessary, then only you will mention that. Sometimes equipment also, your computer is an equipment. Okay, things are changing. Now, many donors do not want to give funds for many equipments. So if you do not need a computer, please do not mention it. Just to have a computer, a fancy computer from a project is not good justification. Okay, so that is important to consider whether you use it or not, whether you request for it or not. Travel, many times it is required, local and also out of town. Materials and supply, this is another important area. Remember, some of the costs should be provided by the institution. This was not in the past, but now they changed the policy. Some of the cost must be covered by the, for example, your computer, office space, your paper, utensils, stationaries. These are normal that institution would supply. Don't make it a big thing for your budget. Maybe very little. Okay. Publication cost, yes, now people pay for publication cost. Consultant, you have to justify. Patient care cost means not just patient, any participation, any participant cost can be included here. Okay, consortium or sub-words, sometimes you work with another institution, you are the PI, you subcontract with some other institutions. I gave this information before. Who are the potential donors for you? I'm repeating this. There are many. Just wanted to be happy that there are so many institutions can fund you, even in Malaysia, but you have to justify. Now, Biosketch, this is an important thing. You know, who are the senior people? Everybody in the list should have a Biosketch. And Biosketch has a defined format for NSF, 2 pages, NIS, 5 pages. And your institutional donors, if your institution is the donor, then it has a different format. Okay. Or it can be a regional donor. Okay. But I wanted to show you again, if I'm successful, let me see. So I wanted to show you my example of a, so I have to stop this one, I know. Um, sharing this. So I'll stop sharing this one, and I will show you something here. Okay, I don't know you you see it or not. Hmm. Okay, I don't know. You see my screen. I have to show you. I have to go there and show you. That's my difficult part I'm seeing now, that I have to show you my screen.
No worries, Prof. At the end of this session, you will be expert in sharing on WebEx.
But you see, I'm trying to show you my screen
Yeah.
now. What I have two, I don't know, I have some Word files here,
Uh-huh.
Professor Hamid. So uh, what I should share, let me see.
You want to
Share.
share the file?
Yeah, I'm just, yeah, probably I'm here. Okay, I got it.
Okay, great.
Okay, so here is a Word file.
Okay.
Okay, okay,
1 second. Yeah, we can see it. Biographical sketch.
biographical sketch. You see, this is how many pages I'm showing you? Total is 5 pages, I believe. So this is a NIH format. NIH means National Institute of Health. This is something like a major donor of many people like you or me or anybody. So what we are using here, there is a defined form. We have to use that particular form to write your Biosketch. So your name, there's a format, there's a name, username for when you, this is called ERA Commons username. When you register, you can register also for ERA Commons. Then only you get a name, you get a username. Normally, this is done by your institution, like Professor Hamid Jan, very important. If you want to apply for NIH, you must ask your whoever the research institute is in your institution, ask for this ERA common username. They will create, they will apply it, and you will get this name. So this is important. Why? Without this, you are really not qualified even to apply for an NIS grant. So you must have this. Please do that, everybody. If you want to work with me for a big grant, this is very important. You have to have a ERA Commons username. I'll talk about it later again. So this is your education. This is, okay, this is special, very important, special for NIS. You see, personal statement. Everything you're writing here, it must be related to the project that you are going to apply for. Look at the last sentence here, like few sentences here. The current project proposal on mechanisms contributing to obstructive sleep apnea and health disparity among minority population. That's the proposal I'm going to apply next year for NIH, which is sleep study. How sleep problem are associated with health disparity and different outcome of health. Okay, so you have to write in a way that you are leading to this particular research project. So you have to write this statement in short but specific for that project, and then you are allowed to use four or five, four or five related publications. Related publications. Why, how I relate this to this project? Because the term is disparity, health disparity. So all these four articles I published, they're related to disparity. You can see disparity. You can see. So this is how you build up one section. The next section, there are five here. So next section is called position and honors. Whatever honor you have, whatever positions you have, then your other experience, professional membership, your any honor. So you'll be listing from, chronologically by time. And then this is another important area, contribution to science. So what in my lifetime I've done to contribute in science. You can list them and give example of your publication. So one of the thing is a new treatment for rotavirus diarrhea. I did also for reducing malnutrition in developing country. And you probably will see some of the papers I did it with you. This is my breakthrough research on vitamin A, lead and arsenic. I'm just giving some examples. So this is how. So these are few areas. You see, iron deficit. Now you are here. Now Professor Hamid Jan is here. Okay. So when we did some studies with iron deficiency, that comes with you, association of iron deficiency with or without anemia and cognitive function among primary. You remember that.
Oh, that was my master thesis.
Yeah, good. You see, improving. Yeah. So different areas, whatever you have done, and then you do a complete list of published work in this area. So you can give a reference and people go there and see your all publication. Another important area is any funding you have. Like this is my current funding. This is a 980,000 grant, $980,000 grant, and the list of other projects that I was funded. So only 5 pages, very tight, but very specific information there. So this is the one that, and then I will show you another if I can. Okay. So I will share, I will go to share again. Oh, not this one. I want to share again. Where is that share? Do you hear me?
Yes, I'm following.
Okay, so I'm not lost yet. Okay.
Yeah, you're all right.
Yeah, I'm fine, thank you. So I want to share now. I want to share now the other screen. Okay. Trying to go there to share. Oh my gosh, why I cannot do that? Do you see this screen?
Yeah, we can see.
You see the screen?
Yeah.
Oh, very good, very good. So this is another format. The other format was 5 pages. Now you see only 2 pages, only 2 pages. This is NSF format, totally different. Okay, this is only your address and blah and other things, telephone number, your education, your appointments. You cannot change these headings. There's their heading, and this A, B, or C. This is their heading. Then publication most closely related to the proposal, most closely related to the proposal. If you publish something in sports medicine and you are doing vitamin A, it's not related. Okay. So other significant publication, here you can list some other relevant but not closely related to this proposal. Then synergistic activity, what other things you got, like grants, awards, honors, etc. Uh, I mean, you can list anything, but only 2 pages. Okay, and so let me cross this out and share my another screen, because this is an opportunity. So I wanted to share with you some other. Okay, let me show you my screen. I'm still connected. So I'm going to share with you another study proposal, maybe maybe STEM, maybe. Okay, okay, let me see. Do you see my screen? I'm moving. Do you see
Not yet.
my
Not yet.
screen? Not yet. Okay. 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 Do you see anything on my desktop? Do you see my screen background and context? Do you see that Word file?
Not yet.
Not? Do you see it?
No.
No. Okay. Let me go there where it is now then. Okay. Do you see this screen? Research strategies?
No.
No? Okay, no. Okay.
Maybe you try unshare and share again.
And that's I'm trying to do it. Yes, thank you. So this is my screen. It says stop application sharing.
Yeah, you stop first and then
Close
share
the
again.
last. Okay, so okay. And then I share again. Where is my share button? I'm connected. I'm not disconnected.
Yeah, you are.
That's good thing. Where is my screen that says, but do you, if I click that, do you see this screen?
No.
No?
Yeah, you want
No.
to share the PowerPoint?
No, I want to share my screen, a PDF file.
PDF file. Have you opened the file?
I opened the file, but I don't know. It's open here. I'm trying to see where is my share button. Why I don't see that? Do you see my PowerPoint? No.
No. It's already
Okay.
unshared.
On share. So where is my share button? It should be here. Yeah, I got it. Okay. Ah,
I told you
okay.
you'll be expert at the end of this one.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry about this.
It's okay.
Okay. Do you see now?
Yeah, significant and impact.
Good, good, good. Okay, this is a major part of a project, and the name of the part, it depends on the donor. So this is the SLIP study, which is the NIH format. So SLIP study, I am going to apply to NIH, and NIH has got 10 pages limit. You see, 1 to 10, 10 pages limit. Okay. Do you want me to make it bigger? Like here, you see it now?
That's one thing, Prof. Normally, when we prepare a proposal, the 1.0 will be like introduction, isn't it? But this one here, straight away on the dot, they are asking the impact.
Yeah, that's so this is a format, just their format. We have to follow that. There's no way we can. So um, it has different components. Your point is very valid, but when we start with the title and abstract and things like that, right? What they do, and each of the donors do the same thing. They have different sections. So I'm not showing the first. There is no first or second or third, etc. There are different sections. So in one section, you write your title. Another section, you'll write the name of the um, uh, people who will be doing the study. Then another section, you'll upload a file for the abstract. So all of the files, you'll save it in a different file. Do not lump them up together. Normally, we do it when we do internal application, right? But for this kind of donors, and every donor, they have specific requirement. So for particularly NIS format, we do not start with significance. Actually, I'm just showing you the major part of the project, which is called research strategies. And research strategy name itself only specific for NIH. NSF will call it differently. So don't worry about that, because whoever your donor is, we just follow their format. That's the bottom line. And formats are not the same for all the donors. You got my point. Okay? Professor Hamid Jan?
Yeah, okay,
Hello?
clear. I got it.
Okay. Okay. So for NIH, important parts under research strategy that I'm going to show you, significance and impact. So why people will read your project? They want to start with that component first. I asked this question many times, believe me. Believe me, Professor Hamidjan, I asked this question many times. Why my significance at the beginning? They said, this will tell the reader or the reviewer whether they want to read it or not. Their time is so important. They want to see whether it makes an impact. It will make an impact or not. So you see how big it is? How big it is? I'm just showing you all these things. This is how you'll write your first part, almost 1.5 pages, or 1 page and 1/4. Okay. And the second item is there is innovation. I mentioned in my previous lecture, innovation, very important, innovation. You have to justify this is an innovative research project. Okay, so that's another. Then this part is investigator team. Who are there? Dr. Mitra here, there are other people's name here. Who will do what? Why we are including them? What are their roles? Okay. This will come again in another part, but this is only very brief. Okay. Now, approach is the biggest part, and that is one of the most important parts. One of the most important. So, NIH will review your paper based on significance and impact, based on innovation, based on approach. They will look into the investigator part little bit. They will see whether they can do it or not, but they will know it from Biosketch also. Approach. See, I always do this. I always develop a conceptual framework for my study. Here, obstructive sleep apnea, which is sleep problem. It relates with obesity, leads to depression, and these are the important things I'll measure. I'll measure their inflammatory cytokines, biomarkers. I'll measure disparity. I'll measure non-compliance of the treatment. Treatment is called CPAP, is a machine. If somebody has snoring or sleep apnea, they use this machine to reduce it. Probably you know it. And then other components related to this. So this is something your innovation. Actually, many people commented that this is our innovation in our institution. So conceptual framework is important. Then you elaborate these components, okay? But you have a 10-page limit, so be very careful how much to talk about this. Okay, that part is your conceptual framework. Then comes, very important, then comes, please note this. I learned this from many workshops, and I'm still attending workshops whenever I get it, how to write grants, okay? So for each specific aim, you'll see how many specific aim I said. I told you aim is one, but specific aim, some people call it objective, um, but aim is one, but specific aims or objectives are more than one. So you see, number one, assess the mechanism of differences in association of obstructive sleep apnea and inflammatory biomarkers between white and African Americans. That will tell you the disparity. Rational means why you are doing this. Okay, so for each specific aim, I have a rationale, and hypothesis, and feasibility, whether you can really do it or not. Okay, and then a process. For each specific aim, again I repeat, for each specific aim, you have a rationale, you have hypothesis, you have feasibility, and you have approach. Approach means your method. Approach means your method. So here you go with the study population and your measuring tools, measurement tools. You can have a questionnaire. Okay, and just give an example. This would be very helpful to you. How do you do follow-up? Sample size estimation for a specific M1, for a specific M2. You see there's different, and then which one is bigger, you use that sample size. Okay, and then statistical method and data analysis plan. Okay, plan, and you must do it very elaborate, very elaborate. The grant that I got recently, 2-3 months ago, on lung cancer detection using nanotechnology. First time I didn't write all this detail of statistics. The reviewer questioned. The full project is so nicely done, but the statistical part is very sketchy. Then I had to write it again, okay? So they gave me a chance because they liked it. Okay, so very detailed. Expected outcome from this a specific aim. What is your outcome? Now, another section I want to show you. Potential pitfalls and alternative strategies. Meaning, what are the problems that you anticipate? What are the issues that you anticipate? And how do you tackle them? How prepared you are for those problems? So potential pitfalls means problems, alternative strategies, what strategies you have for them. Okay, so all of these under specific M1. For specific M2, same thing. Not always we have hypothesis, but here is rational approach, statistical analysis, expected outcome, potential pitfall, and alternative strategies. You see, non-compliance is a major problem in community-based studies. Now, project evaluation, I told you, they will evaluate your project based on these few important things. Who will do the project evaluation? And we always need a letter of support from them. Now, here comes project management. I like tabular format. What are the goals? What are the tasks? Who are responsible? I always do this. Make it a big thing, okay? Because it's a visual. Everybody can see it. What will be doing by who? And then I use their milestone like this, like grid lines. So major task again, this is a 3-year project. What will be done when using this grid line? That's it. That is 10 pages. Okay.
How long you took to complete this, Prof? The whole thing?
Yes. It takes, for me, with all my expertise, it takes at least 2 months, at least more. So please be prepared to start writing 6 months ahead if you can. That's my advice.
You.
You see, it's a lot of work, I know, but it's worth doing when you get the grant. And I'm for you to help you, right? Okay. So I stop sharing that, and then maybe we can wrap up because time is, I missed much time. So I'll share my PowerPoint again. Okay, so let me go the full screen. Okay, we did Biosketch, and then I talked about this. Few questions to you, please remember. So should we make a small budget or a big budget? Your answer, please. Do you want to do a project, get a grant? To get a grant, do you want to make a small budget or a big budget? Someone please answer. Anything comes to your mind. Any answer is good answer. I assure you. Any answer is a good answer. Any answer did you see in the, I don't see the uh, they're posting. So I don't know. Dr. Hamid Jan, do you see any questions? Any answers?
No, I think there's no response. I think everything they just want to proceed.
Are you following me? Is it boring to you?
For me, it's interesting. I'm not sure others.
Yeah, small budget or big budget. I will do budget based on my need. Based on my need. Sometimes, believe me, honestly, I think, okay, I'll do it a 2-year project. But when I write everything, then I find out it's not feasible to do it in 2 years. I need a 3-year project. I changed that. I changed it in my last project. So my budget increased because it's now 3 years. So small budget or big budget doesn't matter. Some people may think, oh, I'm a starter, so I may go to the lower end. That's not true. That's not true. Whatever you need it, if you can justify, that is your budget. And I told you how many years, it depends on your. So who should be the PI? Okay, PI-ship sometimes is a conflict. but there can be only one PI, but there may be many co-Is in NIS. They call it also PI, co-PI, or you are the PI, but others are co-PIs. They call the term co-Is, not co-PIs. They call it co-Is, co-investigator, but actually they are co-PIs. How many allowed? I asked this question and I was told not exceeding 6 in NIH, but others could be different. Okay. Who is a co-investigator? Okay. Remember, to be an investigator, normally they expect that you have some background as either you are an assistant professor or more, but at least a senior category of people, not not a student, not a postdoc. Okay, so your investigator means you have a position that's expected. Okay, I've not seen any difference, anything different for being a co-investigator. Not all people can be co-investigator. They can be support team. They can be a coordinator of your team. Or in some area, you have an important person. Without that person, you cannot do the study. That person can be a coordinator, site coordinator, but not an investigator. A lab person, important to you, can be acknowledged, even not a site coordinator, can be acknowledged in a paper, not in the research, but cannot be a co-investigator. So normal work of the people, which is the routine work, that is the support team will do that, but they do not qualify to be a co-investigator. Okay, very important point. Okay, that's it. And I want questions from you.
Thank you, Prof. Amal.
Yeah,
Thank
thank
you
you.
for your
Thank you.
presentation. We had about 1 hour and about 1.5 hour of presentation. Uh, dear participants, let's see if you have any question, any clarification that you need to get from Professor Amal. Please, you may say it or type in the chat box.
Yeah, it's very important that we discuss. Only lecture is not good. That's why I always like that you ask me questions. Even if you do not have a question today, you can always email me. But please ask me question if you have any today.
I think looks like there's no question from the participants. I think uh, maybe they need to go and visit the website that you demonstrated just now. Once
Okay.
they have explored the website, maybe they will get more questions to ask. That could be
Yeah.
done directly with Prof. Ahmad. Okay?
Yeah.
Okay, Prof. It's almost 10:40 there in your place.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's okay.
yeah, yeah.
Thank
I
you.
think yeah.
You wrap up. Thank you.
Okay, I think I will wrap up. Maybe last word from Prof. Amal. Anything you want to say?
Okay, well, next we'll be talking about application of SPSS with
Mm.
real data. So please ask your friends and everybody. That would be again an interactive session. So I think it needs some your input also because dear participants, if you really write to me, then I'll learn how much effective is this communication is. So please email me if you do not feel to respond to this session. Please email to me.
Yeah, I have typed Prof. Amal's email address in the chat box. So you can keep that. The chat box will disappear very soon. So once we end the session, the chat box will disappear. So please copy and write down Prof. Amal's email address so you can communicate. So okay, then Prof. Amal will follow up and catch up about the future sessions. And I'd like to thank you very much for your presentation, Prof. Amal. I think we lost connection with him. Okay, friends, colleagues, thank you for your attendance, and we look forward, okay, for more sessions. Please try to see what Prof. Amal has shared in his presentation. The video will be available in the PPSK YouTube channel. That's all from me, and thank you very much. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.